Hi guys, lesson 1.3 is on proportionality and tables, and we're going to take that idea of proportionality that we were working on the last lesson and we're going to extend it into tables. How can we find proportionality in tables? So, first of all, relationships are what? Well, relationships are proportional if they can be represented by the equation y equals k times x, where k is that constant of proportionality, the constant, the number we're multiplying by. And if you look here, that's what this means, y equals k times x. All right, so let's use this idea of being proportional in a table. There are two coffee shops in the town that charge different prices. Their prices are proportional. That's really important because if things are proportional, we know that they have a constant. So we have to find out what that constant is. So remember when we were dealing with proportionality? Hi, Luke. Or is that Jack? Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Jack, go to bed. Good night, Jack.
Channel, gaming channel.
Fun of recording videos at home. So anyway, back to proportionality. Your first column is your x. Your second column is your y. And then to find your k, you divide y by x. So the only place we can find our k is using these two columns here. So what we're going to do is we go 8.25 divided by 3, and we can go 13.75 divided by 5. And getting out the calculator, we go 8.25 divided by 3, and try that again. Well, let me clear out the calculator. We get 2.75. If I go 13.75 divided by 5, we get 2.75. So we know the constant for these is 2.75. Now, think about what it means to be proportional. If it's proportional, there is a constant. So that means every single one of these has to be 2.75. So our k is 2.75. And if we wanted to write this equation, y equals k times x, we're going to take this 2.75 and plug it in for k. Now, sometimes people get confused by this equation here, but all I want you to know is whatever our k is, that's the number we're multiplying our x values by. These are my x values. So I'm going to go 1 times 2.75, and that's 2.75, the total cost. 2 times 2.75, which would be $5.50. And I'm going to do it for the, done for the 3. I can do it for the 4. And if I do that, I get $11. And if I do it for the 6, 6 times 2.75 is $16.50. Okay, so now, remember it says the prices are proportional in both of them. So now we're going to do the same thing for Houndstooth coffee. Again, we'll find our k. This is our x. This is our y. We'll find our k right here by dividing. 5.60 divided by 2 and 16.80 divided by 6. So well, and apparently I'm struggling with calculators right now. 2.8, 2.8. So our constant of proportionality, our k, is 2.8. And since we're kind of talking money here, I'm going to say $2.80, 2.80. Every single one of these, because they're proportional, has to be 2.80. So again, if our k is 2.80, that just means that's a number we're multiplying by our x values. These are x values, so we just go times 2.80. And for 1 cup of coffee, it's $2.80. Jump down here to 3. Times 3 is going to be $8.40, and you can just plug that into a calculator. 4 times $2.80 is $11.20. And 5 times that number is 14. Okay, so now that we can see if they're proportional, what the total cost for this many cups of coffee would be. So what do you notice? Well, if I look at these, I notice that, well, basically, my K values, my constants, are different. So we could say the cost per cup is different. Now this cost per cup here, you guys, that's actually the unit rate that we did to kind of start this module. Unit rate, the cost per 1 cup. And so when you're finding your constant, you're actually finding the unit rate in questions like this. What proves that both coffee shops sell their drinks at proportional rates? Well, their K is the same, meaning this K here and this K here is the same, which means it's a constant rate. So don't get overworked or confused by all of this stuff here, because what you're basically doing is just finding the price per 1 cup of coffee. And what we can say is if 1 cup of coffee is the same all the way down, then it's proportional. So if you purchase 9 cups of coffee at Houndstooth, how much more would you spend if you purchased 9 cups at Seattle Coffee Works? So basically, guys, we're just going to use these equations. Coffee, okay, is our X value. So at Houndstooth, the cost is going to be $2.80 times 9, because that's the number of cups. Remember, the constant is just what we're multiplying by. And so when you do that, you get, just for the sake of time, I've already got it figured out, $25.20. If we do it at Seattle Coffee Works, this equation here, 2.75 times 9 works out to be $24.75. So how much more do you pay? Well, you subtract them, and you'll figure out that's 45 cents more. Then a third coffee shop comes to town, okay? And it says, what do you notice about their pricing structure? So let's take a look here at their constant. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go 2.90 divided by 1. Remember, first column is our X values, second column is our Y. And I'm going to go $5.70 divided by 2, so on and so forth. And I will pull up a calculator for the first one, maybe. Okay, so if I go 2.90, oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. I think we can figure that one out. Let me do the next one. 5.70 divided by 2, $2.85. So that's a constant. This one, excuse me, is going to be $2.90. So notice that these are different. Okay, and if I keep going all the way down, just dividing, and I'm not going to write it all out because I know I get messy, but I'm going $8.40 divided by 3, that works out to be $2.80 per cup. 11 divided by 4 is $2.75 per cup. 13.50 divided by 5 is $2.70 per cup. And 15.90 divided by 6 is $2.65 per cup. So, what do you notice about their pricing structure? Well, it's not proportional, but notice the more cups of coffee I buy, the less they cost. So the cost per cup decreases as you purchase more. I'll just say buy, it's shorter. Okay, so the more you buy, the less you're paying per cup of coffee. So what's the benefit to this? Well, let's take a look at this. If we can kind of look at all these here, I know it's kind of hard, but notice at 4 cups of coffee, $11 here, $11.20, $11 here. But at 5 cups, it's $13.75, $14, $13.50. At 5 cups or more, Stumptown coffee becomes cheaper. Stumptown coffee is cheaper. Now, just because this isn't proportional doesn't mean it doesn't work, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just not proportional, and that's what we're going to get into next. But the focus of this first part here was just using a table to find the constant. And now we're going to talk about what it means when you find that constant.